Right, hello lads and lasses and welcome back to Boys Down Under, and finally we are back. 12 long days it has been, but match previews are back on Boys Down Under, but more importantly Celtic are back playing tonight or this Arvo, wherever you are in the world. And what more can I say? Let's see if I can remember how to do these videos. Well, of course we'll be covering the game, both clubs' forms, injuries and suspensions for both teams, my Celtic lineup, and of course my final score prediction. Before we get into the video though, I'm setting a goal of 1,000 subscribers by the end of tonight's game. So it gives you quite a few hours. So if you are watching these videos and you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's just a great way and it helps me so much. And I would be forever indebted to you if you do that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So Celtic are set to play Ross County in front of a near packed out Paradise tonight, or this Arvo, wherever you are in the world, maybe even some point in the morning, who knows. But nonetheless, it is a must-win game for the Hoops. Heading into the game, Celtic are currently sitting 6th in the Premiership, and they are on somewhat of a losing streak. They've lost 2 out of their 2 last games. Albeit they were both very hard games. They were both away. One was against AZ and the other was against the Rangers. And they were both before the international break. We had uncertainties with our squad, but we are not making excuses. Even though I made so many of them, we're not making excuses. We just need a win. It's as simple as that. Ross County are in dire straits, however. They are winless this season in the Premiership. 4 games. They have not got a single win. They've got 2 losses against the Hibs and the Rangers. The Hibs, Hibernian, and then a draw with Aberdeen and a draw with St Johnstone. Now, they are stuck in 9th in the Premiership, so you could definitely make a claim to say this is a mid-table clash, but I don't think we want to do that on the channel. Now, as for injuries and suspensions running into the match, Celtic have got 5 injuries to speak of. Unfortunately, Kyogo, who God bless, I hope he gets back as soon as possible. Julian, of course, is still out, but he's got a timeline to return soon. Karamoko and Mikey Johnson still are not able to play. And then also James Forrest, someone who's been dealing with quite a few niggly injuries recently. He is still unfit and cannot play against Ross County. But also one of the new boys, Georgios Giacomakis, Ange said in his media conference a couple hours ago that he will be very unlikely to start the match. He could come on as a sub, but he is the least prepared out of the new boys who have came to the club during deadline day. So we'll have to wait and see what his inclusion entails. Now, as for Ross County, I really could not find much in them. There's barely any news on them. So they've got Jake Vokins, who is their left back. I hope I've got that right. And he's got a fatigue fracture. But there is also still a very high chance that David Cancola will be out with a groin tweak. If I've said those names wrong or got those positions wrong, please let me know if you're a Ross County fan or just know a lot about Ross County to help me out there. Now, great. My favorite part of the video, my favorite segment, my Celtic lineup. And this week, I feel it's going to be a mixture. It's going to be a mixture of what I think Celtic should play, like my personal opinion, but then I also will intertwine it with what I think Ange will play. So what Ange is looking to play against a Ross County weak-ish team. So, look, no more wasting time. Let's get into it. So, I'm going, of course, with Joe Hart in goals. Then at right back, I have to go with Tony Ralston, purely because he's been training with the Celtic, why am I saying the Celtic? He's been training with Celtic during the international break, and, I just feel he's going to have that little extra edge on Juranovic, who's been out with Croatia. Now, as for our centre-halves, I'd be running with new boy Cameron Carter-Vickers with Stephen Welsh. I think it's a great game to, breed Cameron Carter-Vickers into this Celtic team. I feel, Starfelt just won't be able to do the job for the rest of the season, so why not bring in Carter-Vickers? Then at left back, because we've got Carter-Vickers playing, and only because of this, I feel it will be a more conservative approach in Greg Taylor. But I would like to see Liam Scales in that left back spot instead, but nonetheless, I don't think Ange would want to do that. Now into the midfield, and this is very straightforward and very unchanged. Calmac at CDM, David Turnbull playing the 8 role, the free roaming midfield role, whatever you want to call it. And then Tommy Rogic up in the cam role. I honestly feel after the international break, he's going to come back even better. So why not put him in his best position? Now, as for our front three, and this is one that's it's gonna be a very, very different. It's gonna look a lot different. Keeping in mind Kyogo is out, Forrest is out, and also Giacomakis is unlikely. I feel Celtic will be starting the match with Abada on the right wing. Then it will be Jota out on the left wing, purely because those two are our only fit wingers at the moment, unless you include like Owen Moffat, who's in the B team, but I don't think he would. And then up top, I'm going with Albi and Ajeti, purely because he is the only fit striker in the club in the moment. Of course, you've got Kyogo, who's injured, and then Giacomakis, who's unlikely. So that literally leaves us with only Albi and Ajeti, who could still do a job, I reckon. He could still do a job, but honestly, I'd rather Giacomakis or Kyogo were there, but you can't have everything. So that is my Celtic lineup, 2 debutants in there, and honestly, it could be 4. Ange could literally breed in 4 debutants into the starting lineup if he wanted to. It all depends on fitness issues, and whatever the best for the squad. I'll trust Ange all the way, but I can 100% guarantee you, folk, that we will see a debut tonight. Whoever that might be, wherever that might be, who knows, but that will 100% be happening. And if it doesn't, well, I might as well just delete this channel because I'd just be that bad at, sort of football pundit, Celtic pundit, whatever you want to call it. I'm waffling. Now, we got to get into my final score prediction. Well, we got to consider a couple factors here, Celtic are at home, and we have been notorious at home this season for absolutely bullying the lower, weaker teams in the Premiership. But we do have a new look front three, a very new look, very unfamiliar front three, who haven't played together much. Their chemistry will be lacking. They won't really know each other's runs, so that will be a bit iffy, I'd say, but I don't think that's where our goals are coming from. I think our goals are coming from the midfield three. Rogic, Turnbull, McGregor. They will set up everything. Whether they are directly linked to the goal, indirectly, they will be the middlemen. The middlemen or the finishing men, 110%. And they should absolutely control this game and push Ross County out of the equation. This will be a demolishing in my eyes. So, keeping in mind, we've won 6-0 against Dundee at home and then 6-0 against St. Mirren as well at home. You've guessed it. I am going with a 6-0 win to the boys in green and white, and they will absolutely bully Ross County. It could even be more. I probably would go with more if Celtic had a proper front three. I'm not saying this isn't a proper front three. I'm just saying Albi and Ajeti up top will definitely cause a lack of opportunities. But, like I said before, we can't have everything. We're lucky enough to have almost a full-strength squad after the international break anyways. But that is all from me. So I will be watching the game tonight. I'm hoping everyone else will be watching the game tonight. Probably react to it tomorrow if it goes well. If it doesn't go well, who knows? I'm sure it will go well though. Anything else? Oh, yep, subscribe to the channel. 1,000 subscribers by the end of the game tonight. If we hit that, I will absolutely be partying all night. I don't think you understand how much it would mean to me. So, yeah. But that is all from me. So, until next time, hail. Hail.